You know, when you're on YouTube, hopping from video to video. Yesterday, my video hopping took a turn, and 2 hours later, I had watched several documentaries about fashion waste landfills, slave labor, and our consume a lot culture. And all I can think of is, we are what is wrong with the humankind to let this happen? So, having almost lost faith in humanity, I decided to look for good news in the fashion sustainability field. And did I find any? Yes. But the next question is, how meaningful are they? Stick until the end and soak in some optimism. Do you want the good news or the actually good news first? Let's start with the United States. The state of New York introduced the Fashion Act bill. If you're not familiar with it, a bill is a proposal of a law that first has to go through a process I'll never understand before it becomes a law.
If it's not blocked.
So, what does the Fashion Act? It would force any apparel or footwear company operating in New York with annual revenue of 100 million to be transparent regarding their environmental and social impact. For example, they'll have to map their supply chains and also set targets with plans to reduce their footprint. Companies that are found at fault will be fined for up to 2% their annual revenue, so 2 millions out of 100 million. So basically, New York is saying, hey, filthy fast fashion company, go do your business somewhere else you will be fined. I give this news a 7 because it will make significant impact, yes. I'm just not happy with it being a single state initiative. If you like the information in this video and you appreciate the research that is behind, like this video and consider subscribing to the channel for more. Let's stay in the US, where another bill was introduced, the Fabric Act, where fabric is acronym for fashioning. This is a federal bill, so would apply to the whole US. And it will ensure that the manufacturing workers in the US are paid fairly. It's common that workers in the garment industry are paid per unit, and because this, employers take advantage paying way below the minimum wage. So this bill would enforce that they are paid hourly, respecting the minimum wage. Also, the bill would offer $40 million public funds to US businesses that manufacture apparel in the US. And, check this out, big tax advantages to companies that relocate their manufacturing to the US. The US has a big goal, to become global leader in responsible apparel. But can they do it with this bill? Are apparel companies actually going to relocate factories to one of the countries with the most expensive labor in the planet? Also, the bill does not tackle at all a big issue, and that is the exploitation of prison inmates that are paid 90 cents per hour to produce apparel made in USA. Yay! This bill will make a step forward in sustainable fashion, but a micro step. I would expect America to take more responsibility in what we consume, so I'd give it a 5. How about the old continent? The European Union has approved the EU strategy for sustainable and circular textile. This is big. It aims by 2030 to have all textile products in the EU market to be durable, recyclable, to a great extent made of recycled fibers, free of bad chemicals, and made in the respect of social rights and the environment. This sounds great, but very fluffy, doesn't it? Well, the good part is that the EU has a plan, or at least a plan, to back up this ambition. In fact, we can expect the EU to publish a transition pathway by the end of 2022. Yay! It's January 2023. Oh, well, perhaps it is there, but I cannot find it. I was actually nicely surprised to see that all the information is nicely centralized on the European Commission website, easy to find and fairly clearly written. I just wanted to explicitly extract that part of this proposal is the ban of greenwashing by creating a blacklist of behaviors, including, for example, making vague or unverified environmental claims, which I think is extremely important to tackle as soon as possible. So I'd give this news an 8 because it's very ambitious, but as we say, non dire gatto se non ce l'hai nel sacco. Let's judge once we have a more concrete plan. So once it is released, I'll deep that dive in a separate video, so subscribe. Now let's drop politics and check this news you can be proud of. Secondhand shopping is booming. According to ThreadUp, the resale market grew in 2022 by 24%, with North America having the biggest market and seeing the fastest growth. This was made possible especially by technology, with apps like Depop, The RealReal, Vestiaire Collective, and more, where people can easily sell and buy clothes that are gently used. So I give this news a 9. Now let's go back for a moment to Vestiaire Collective. It's a clothing resale platform which announced a ban on any fast fashion on their platform. I think it's very positive, but the Paris company is positioned to sell luxury fashion. So what changes are we expecting here? And also, imagine if all the resale apps would ban fast fashion now. What are we gonna do with all the clothes that are already there? So I give this news a 6. If I said something incorrectly, or you'd like to add something, or just let me know that you really like this video, write me in the comments and check out my other videos, and I'll come back next week with another one. Bye!